not trying too hard to tune this deck anytime soon. I'm gonna stick with fairies for a while, unless for some reason fairies just really takes a dump. But I feel like this deck right here probably has a good Jeskai Ascendancy matchup also, between the removal, the burn and stuff early, and then things like Spell Pierce and Spell Snare to stop combo pieces, and Leak and Remand. Um, yeah, it probably does want Remand more than Leak. This deck has 25 1-drops. I find it hilarious the way this list is curved. Like, the curve of this deck is there's 20 lands, there's 25 1-drops, 13 2-drops, and then 2 8-drops. If the next round finishes quickly, or if I lose it, I'll go mess around with the Young Pyro deck in a little bit. Yeah, 8 drops. 8-ish, that counts. Like, why did those not show up when I clicked that? Oh, it's because I was trying to find all. Whatever, it's stupid. How much do these even cost? Something retarded, right? 20 tickets plus the little thing. Yeah, but I'll mess around with that list a little bit more later. The next round of the daily should be here any second. I would love to see a pushed fairy. Not Quickling. If Quickling was a May ability, yeah. My buddy was screwing around the other day and he was talking about how, like, we were just talking about stupid things that they would never reprint. He was like, oh, Cloud of Fairies confirmed reprint. And I was like, don't even fuck around with that. Don't even tease. Modern League of Cloud of Fairies? God. Alright, here we go, guys. Let's see. Good old 1-on-1 bracket. Who knows what we'll be up against here? That hand doesn't do anything on the draw. On the play, I might have kept that. Yeah, we'll keep that. Hey guys, we have combo. Oh, it's burn. This isn't that bad against burn though. I was gonna pollute a delta for you, Watery Grave. Thanks. We can beat burn. This hand can beat burn. I think this is a decent enough hand against burn. The secret use of Bitter Blossom in the burn matchup makes my Secluded Glens just be Underground Seas. I'll wait and see if he tries to cast a spell before he goes to combat, and then I'll just kill it in combat. I'm taking 2 either way, that way it gives him the opportunity to try and take some damage if he had a haste creature or something. Yep. Wow. That guy's sure spiking some lava. Unfortunately, I'm playing that because I do have to fetch. I need to be able to hit that cryptic on turn 4. So I'm just going to be fetching a basic island with that, so I'm at effectively 8. I don't know. I think we might be just dead. He's got 2 cards in hand. That's not like we're getting there. I have a slaughter pack as a surprise. He's got 1 card left in hand. I'm assuming it's a bolt of some sort. That's what this deck does. Alright, now we have Cryptic. And yes, we are basically blowing Cryptic on just about anything that he tries to do. Awkward. I think we will counter an Eidolon, but any other creatures will smother. Like, that's a smother. Yeah, wow, all the auto spikes. Okay. Well, we're safe for a little bit, guys. I don't know. This is gonna take basically us cryptic countering whatever he casts, drawing a land, then top decking a Batter Skull, then him bricking is our out. Little loose. Like, luckily he's in full top deck, so these cryptics will save us for a little bit. Yeah, we're on the board now, guys. I'm also definitely just countering anything. I'm not even gonna save Slaughter Pact. So he did that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm one short of dig through timing here. Um, so we're gonna. Ugh. So we're dead if he draws a second burn spell because I'm gonna have to counter the Rift Bolt. So we need him to brick and hit a land or a creature because we can deal with both of those. Well, we can't deal with the land, but the land happens. The land doesn't kill me. Let's leave it at that. If he top decks a creature, we're fine. We have Slaughter Pact. Um, okay, we're just dead then. Jeez. That would have been a very unfortunate series of draws. Yeah, we needed to just be a couple life points higher than we were, and we'd have been okay there. In general, I've been doing fairly well with fairies. Fairly consistent 3-1 or 4-0s in dailies. I've had my bad nights. The deck is not super forgiving, so there are times when Bye. Bye. Have fun. You have your phone? Yeah, you should get it. Let me know when you're gonna be what's going on out there and everything, okay? Drive safe. Love you. Sorry, what was I saying, guys? She distracted me. Yeah, Skate had to come in. I got distracted there. It happens. Oh, one cut here. I can probably cut a Mistbind. I don't get a lot of stuff on the board because I can't really utilize Blossom as well. We'll try that. Burn is an interesting match. That cruise. Hmm. Yeah, the deck is really not forgiving. One little mistake is enough to lose you the game. I mean, as simple as that. It can be little mistakes too, like, oh, I smothered the wrong thing, or I spell stuttered the wrong cantrip. Little things like that. It might not lose you the game on the spot, but over the course of 3 or 4 turns, it does. I don't think I can keep this hand. As much as I know Batterskull is the ultimate stabilizer in this matchup, the Treasure Cruise is basically dead, the Bitter Blossom is basically dead, and the Dismember is only marginally useful. That's better. Yeah, that's better. Still not the greatest, but Spellskite is a pretty good turn 2 play. Bye, babe. Love you. Mr. Lava Spike. Murderous Cut. I've considered it. I don't know if I'm going to run it. I don't know if I'd run it alongside treasure cruises, and I think the card advantage of treasure cruise is probably more useful. Do I redirect here, or do I just take this? Because if he's got another land into a spell, like into another bolt, like it's only saving me 1 damage this turn, whereas next turn I'll have blue mana up and it's saving me more. So I think I take this bolt. Yeah, it does dodge Eidolon's Burn. I don't know if I'd want to run it alongside the treasure cruises or the dig through times. I think 2 delve spells is about all a deck can handle, unless you're playing a deck like the Young Pyro deck, which is just all cantrips. That's probably much better off for handling that kind of thing. Okay, looks like he does not have a second land drop yet. Ugh. Mr. Lava Spike. Yep, you got Lava Spikes. Wow, really? I can't believe this guy. I've seen 7 Lava Spikes in 2 games. Like, this Dismember's basically dead now. That's practically dead. I think I just need to clock him here. Like, I have Spellskite to stop any hasty things. I have Smother up to kill, like an Eidolon. Um, Can I afford to even go to 4 here? Like, I can't, right? Huh. Is this Delta gonna screw me by going to 4? I guess the difference between 4 and 5 is basically nothing, right? I didn't redirect. I haven't redirected at all. I can't redirect Lava Spikes or Skull Cracks, so this Spellskite has actually done nothing this match because this guy had all Spellskites. Now I'm wishing I'd have redirected the Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I think 4 and 5 is the same thing, so. Yeah, I mean, if he draws land and has Flames of Blood Hand, I'm screwed basically either way. I needed to get the land into play, so I have options available. I think it's worth the risk to do that. I don't have a way to interact with any spells he's casting except for creatures right now. My hand is horrible. Okay, he's got a land, so if he's got Flames of the Blood Hand, we're just dead. I mean, as simple as that, we're just dead. Alright, we're probably just pretty screwed by it. Oh, the Rift Bolt gets redirected to Spellskite. So we redirect the Rift Bolt to Spellskite and see what happens. I mean, we're probably just dead here. The Scry 2 is probably going to just kill us. The odds of him not... You went bottom bottom? Interesting. Is there a chance we could kill him next turn? I could have done without that anyway, but... Yeah. Unfortunately, when the you draw Spellskite and they draw all the lava spikes, there's nothing you can do. Yeah, if he wouldn't have had the Blood Hand, we won, because I did have land on top. It was the island, so I'd have been able to island, activate Creeping Tar Pit, activate Mutable, hit for 3, 6, 7. I'd had exact lethal. So he had to have had the flames there. I couldn't interact with that in any way, shape, or form anyway, so we are out of the daily. That's 2-0, or that's 2 losses, so. Unfortunate. When Burn has a hand like that, like if they would have had lightning bolts and not lava spikes, we'd have been fine. If I would have redirected that lightning bolt, we'd have been fine. Like I said, not very forgiving deck. One little misplay, like as not redirecting the lightning bolt early. Um, like I said, I don't think. Yeah, exactly, Pink. The odds of him having 3 lava spikes and a skull crack in response to my Spellskite, it happens. There's nothing you can do about that. That's the nature of Burn right now. That said, that's one of the few matches where I really don't like having those fetch lands. Like I also lost because of that fetch land. I mean, I needed to fetch anyways because I needed a land I could tap for mana. But if I was playing my other list without fetch lands, that wouldn't have been an issue. So thinking about doing an 8-man. I mean, we'll see if one can fire off pretty quick. Let me see how many tickets I'm sitting on actually. I mean, that was kind of quick, and obviously my wife's not home, so I have nothing to do for a little while. I have 19 tickets. I'm done with the daily, so that was my second loss, so we will change this. I think I'll sign up for this 8-man here. See if that can fire in the next 15 minutes or so. And I'll do that and stream it and see how that goes. I could do a 2-man, but odds of running into Burn again are pretty shitty. Fowler. I've played against him before. I don't think he runs Burn, but I'd rather do an 8-man. Much rather do an 8-man than the other way. So, and while we wait, we'll mess around with the Young Pyro deck and just turning practice. Because I don't mind dropping matches in there if a I hate how this stupid chat doesn't stay docked. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Like, is it really that hard to? That seems like a decent hand, right, guys? Mono Blacktron. I played against this the other day too. Interesting. Desert. Oh, alrighty. Whatever you say, boss. Well, we will be having a flipped Delver by turn 3. I don't see that not happening. Desert means we're not attacking if it doesn't blind flip. We'll probably just blind flip. This deck is stupid for blind flipping, huh? No? No, I do not want to reveal that card. Okay, instead we will have 2 flipped Delvers. Well, not necessarily, but probably. All the Serum Visions. Yeah. I played against the Mono Blacktron deck last night too. I was like, really? Like Mono Blacktron? Oh, okay. Two deserts do kill a flip Delver. Which means I probably actually just don't attack here? Um, hmm. I think I'm going to Serum Visions. Hopefully hit a land drop so I can keep up Leak. Kind of hit a land drop. I'm just going to cantrip like crazy right now. Don't want that. I'm setting up the treasure cruise in case you guys haven't noticed. That double desert is annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna not attack. Eventually he's gonna have to tap those lands, or I'm gonna find a way to punish him. I don't know if I want to just use these as a bolt. I just want all the burn. Let's Snapcaster now. I'm gonna Snap Probe. My life total doesn't matter. I want to get things on the board. I have 2 treasure chest cruises in the deck and 1 dig through time, and then 3 polluted deltas and fairies, that is. Blue, I will still be streaming in an hour if this 8-man fires and I don't scrub out. Otherwise, I'm done after that 8-man. Or if it doesn't fire in the next half hour, then I'm probably done. Go play Diablo or something fun. My opponent has disconnected. Quick attack. Yeah, later, Blue. Thanks for joining in. Sorry the daily didn't do too hot. At least we beat the Jeskai Ascendancy deck. I give this guy like about a minute or so, and if he's not back, I'll just drop from this. This is just tourney practice. So I was just killing time waiting to see if the 8-man fires. I'm not trying to sit here in a tourney practice game, and especially against some random mono blue Tron deck. That doesn't really matter, if you know what I mean. Okay, he's back. I think there is another daily at 1:30. Yeah, there's another daily at 1:30, so there's a chance I may queue up for that and try again. I don't know. I haven't decided yet if that's what I want to do. I wish I had a young Pyro right now. With all this cantrip and everything. Let's see, he's got a Liliana Vest, the Culfer's Plant, and then Solemn. And he has Tron. And Eye of Ugin. Okay. So you're saying it's Erase. Well, he has to... Next turn, I think I YOLO in with everything. I'm going to end a turn bolt him. Yeah, I wanted to wait for fetches. I got 3 deltas at 11.6 tickets. A little higher than I wanted to pay, but I kind of decided I wanted to just be able to test them. I mean, that's kind of what it came down to, is I just wanted to be able to test them, so I figured I'm just going to do it. I'm attacking. I'm going to lose a Delver here, but I'm going to hit him for 5. Yeah, if he tutors, I can Thought Scour it away. He didn't activate his desert. Like, he didn't do it before damage. So, now he's dead to a lot of things. Like, he has Tron. He's going to play a Solemn now, I'm assuming, which is just a roadblock at this point. I don't think I even bothered to leak it, right? Like, he has the mana to pay it floating. So. Oh, you can only activate Desert after damage? Oh, if I'd have known that, I'd attacked earlier, probably. I will leak this, though. If he wants to pay it, then he can't. Yeah, see, if I leak this, if he wants to pay the leak, he has to tap one of his deserts. Yeah, see, so now all he can do is kill a Snapcaster Mage, which means Insect Collaboration can kill him in 2 turns. Thought Scour. Do I want to mill myself? I think I just want to dig a little deeper here. There's a Young Pyro and a Spell Pierce, and I drew a land. That's not good. Oh, cool, we win. Oh, looks like two more people, and then the 8 man will fire, so it looks like it'll probably fire. Tron will bring in Negate, bring in Molten Rains, and a Blood Moon. We will take out. I'm just gonna take out the leaks. Um, take out the snares. I don't think they do anything. That works for me. Works for me. It's just mono black Tron. I'm not really too worried about getting too in depth about how I'm sideboarding with the deck. I'm not focusing on. In the 8 man, we are playing fairies for anybody here for just fairy reasons. I'm just screwing around with the Young Pyro deck in tourney practice while we wait. And my opponent disconnected again. Man, got a big crowd. For those of you just joining us then, there's the fairies list we are currently playing. We went 1 and 2 in the daily. We beat the Jeskai Ascendancy combo deck. Then we lost to the Vengevine deck. And then we lost to Burn. So I dropped. Yeah, I mean, not really much else to say about it. Like, I was thinking about if I had any other comments on it. I was like, it is what it is. There's not a whole lot you can do about that kind of thing. The Vengevine deck is kind of a hard matchup because we have trouble dealing with them getting the recurring threats of Gravecrawler. We don't have a way to exile Gravecrawler. We don't have a way to exile the Vengevines. We basically are relying on drawing into the sideboard Grafdigger's Cage or the sideboard Relic of Progenitus. Other than that, we're just trying to keep them behind and try and race them, which our deck doesn't race super well until you hit like turn 6 or 7. Then it can race pretty well because of tar pits and stuff like that. But it's hard to put a clock on hard early unless you just have one of those aggressive Scion draws. But yeah, it's kind of a bad matchup. I'm not worried about how that goes. You don't run into it very often, so. And then burn is burn. You either we lost the burn matchup because I had Spellskite and he had, let's say, I seen in 2 games I seen 7 lava spikes and I believe it was 2 or 3 skull cracks. So sometimes burn just has it and you don't draw. Like I didn't draw my spell stutters against the burn player. I didn't draw the flash freezes or the negates. I drew just that, the Spellskite, and it was not good enough. I mean, still need 2 more for the 8 man. And this guy is still not reconnected, so we're just waiting on him to reconnect to play Young Pyro while we wait, or the 8 man to fire, whatever happens first. I guess I can go update this too. And it won't update. I'll probably have to re-log in on stupid Twitch, so we're just leaving it the way it is then, because that's too much work. Oh, 1 more for this. So I'm going to drop the mono black Tron match because the fairies should start here in a second, and this guy's disconnected and he's not back yet, so I'm not waiting. So we need 1 more for the 8 man, so it should fire here any second. Generally, once it hits one more, they fire. fairly quickly. There's somebody sitting there going like, oh, well, since it's going to fire, I'll join. I know I've done it a few times. All right, here we go. Fairy time, guys. We won the die roll. We go into all matches right now, assuming our opponent is on the Jeskai Ascendancy deck. I think it's safe to just assume that's what you're going to play against until you know better. It's the popular thing right now, so making sure you're not blown out by it is important in your opening hand, I think, especially on the play. I'm going to keep this because it has Dismember. I can kill a turn 1 dork, which means I'm not getting turn 2'd. I technically have a second kill spell by turn 3, so I can disrupt for a little while. Tap Stomping Grounds and pass is another indicator of that deck. Means you might not have a mana dork, which just seems a little loose. So who knows what we're playing against, I guess. Probably just burn. Everything's burn. It's Ascendancy or it's burn right now. Why? Because burn counters Ascendancy. Or it's 4 colors? Voice of Resurgence. It's Kiki Pot? I guess I could have revealed something there and I could just kill both his things. Keeping creatures off the table is pretty important against the pod decks, but here comes the pod. I'm gonna go to 19. Hopefully I draw a land, actually. Oh. Well, thank you. Now we have Cryptic. If he casts anything pre-combat, if he pods, there's nothing we can do. If he casts something pre-combat, we counter it and bounce the pod. I suppose if it's something that I can spell stutter, yeah, I'm gonna spell stutter it and dismember the token here. Because I don't want to be able to pod the 1-drop or the 0-drop into another 1-drop. You got an Electrolyze? They were in what, Electrolyze, right? Yeah. Fuck. Oh no, he said, is it Staticaster? That's a little awkward. If I have to kill the is it Staticaster, that's a 3-drop into a 5-drop. Staticaster just does too much work against us. I could have Slaughter Pacted. I would have only taken 1 damage this way. But then I'm stuck next turn. I want to Slaughter Pact on my turn. So that way I still can hold up Cryptic. So I'm just going to have to take that damage. I'm just Slaughter Pacting now. He's tapped out. It's done. It's happening. Really wish I had a Mutavault right now, actually. A Mutavault would mean I would just misbind him on his upkeep. You can just recast it, but it's going to cost him 2 life to do it. So I'm okay with that. And that means that's all he's doing this turn. And then he hits me for 1. I fetch up my Watery Grave. And we hope we hit we hope we hit another Cryptic, I think. Like, unfortunately, with us having 0 clock, we're not doing a whole lot here. Like, we're in trouble right now, actually. I forgot about that pact. Okay, so he's getting a free turn. Fucking Kitchen Finks, Jesus Christ. I hate that card. Good chance we're losing this here. It's gonna be very hard to come back from game 1 from this board state with an active pod and a Finks on the board. Betting this is grabbing a Resto Angel, which flickers the Kitchen Finks, puts it back to 16, resets Persist. Then we take 3, go to 9, and then next turn he can kill us, and there's not a whole lot we can do about it. So I'm pretty sure this game is over. Next turn he can just combo us. Pods Kitchen Finks into a Phyrexian Metamorph, copies Birthing Pod. Birthing Pod's Kitchen. No, I guess he can't quite. I don't know, this deck gets weird. Okay, so now we're not necessarily dead. We get 1 more turn. Means no pod shit is happening. And he can't attack easily with anything. Okay, we're dead. He's gonna tap this down and attack for 3, 6, 10. So we're dead. I was hoping to have drawn that Treasure Cruise that turn. I had enough to gas pretty hard on that. Lily's probably not very good here, huh? I don't think Lily's very good. Cut a Smother. You don't want Black Suns. I have to cut 4 more cards, guys. They're in a little more removal. I can lose a click. Um, uh, I'll lose the other Smother. I need 2 more. I think I just lose the Thoughtseizes. Thoughtseizes are good, but I have to cut something. And I think they're probably the worst because they're not very good top decks. Kind of want my Death Marks, though. They kill a lot of the board. And they're good interaction early. Probably better than a Dig and a Cryptic, just to have more interaction early to survive. Kiki Pot is a very hard deck for me. Whoa. Freudian slip. I'll keep this. I have a Flash Freeze for a turn 2. Pod if he's got it. I've got Spell Stutters. there's still two of them in there. This is definitely a deck where I'd much rather have interaction early than a faster clock. I just need to keep them off of things. Ugh, I want to play that, but I have to leave up Spell Stutter, I think. Next turn, I can, I want to leave up Spell Stutter and Flash Freeze. Next turn, I can play Secluded Glen untapped. And, I can play Secluded Glen untapped and just reveal, like, the Scion of Una. And then play Relic of Progenitus. There's nothing he's doing at instant speed with 2 mana, so I can get this. And I guess if he's got like a remand or something. But now hopefully we can hit a couple land drops now and not get punished too bad here. That was a good draw. We're not blocking the Noble Hierarch still. We're sitting behind all our grip full of counter spells. Yeah, but we have to live to the point where we can resolve Mistbind Click. I'm just getting this on the board. Now I have a clock on the table of some sort. That was a good draw too. Would have liked another land there more than anything else. Another land would have let me be able to have Scion Luna plus Spell Stutter, which would have been pretty nice. I'm not willing to go shields down for this just yet. I'm tempted to run out another Spell Stutter. I have a grip full of counter magic, and this makes my clock a lot scarier for him, I think. And if I hit a third land, or I hit a fifth land, I think I can just kill this now. Probably worth it. Off the table. And I still got either Scion of Uno or Flash Freeze or Spell Stutters. I can Spell Stutter for 4 right now. I can stop a Resto Angel. It's a lot of grow with the Burn Willows. Can let that resolve, I think. That's fine. I will. Yeah, I have no idea what he must have kept here. Is this worth Spell Stuttering, guys? He doesn't have blue, so he can't punish me with a what's it called? that thing. The You know what I'm talking about. I'm countering this. I want my rest any top deck removal that I draw to be live. I'm blossoming and leaving up freeze. Okay, he just had nothing. Okay, so we go to game 3. Back on the draw. Yeah, Flash Freeze hits most of the scary stuff. Flash Freeze hits Pod. Pod is green. I think I'm pretty okay with the sideboard, even going back to the draw. Sorry for anybody watching the chat. I had to re-log in so I could talk. So if I missed somebody pointing that out, yes, Birthing Pod is green. If he had 2 pods, I don't think that matters. Really, you think I should bring the Mistbind Click back in when I'm on the draw? That seems kind of loose. I did cut it, but I also brought in Sowers. Yeah, I brought in Sowers, so I think Sowers are just as swingy in this matchup. Like, I cut a Cryptic and a Mistbind for 2 Sowers. Okay, I guess that's true. I guess you're right. Huh. I'm keeping. I have a kill spell for a mana dork. I have Flash Freeze, I have Turn 2 Blossom, I have in-game of Black Sun Zenith. Wall of Roots. I am actually going to be dismembering that. Can I get a swamp so I have double black for Black Suns? Or this is the awkwardness of there's no way I'm getting the Watery Grave, shocking myself, and then dismembering his Wall of Roots. So I'm either getting a swamp so I have access to double black next by turn, but for later for the Black Suns, or I'm getting an island to keep me. I think I'm getting a swamp. Okay, now's the question. Do we leave up Flash Freeze or do we Bitter Blossom? Freeze or Blossom, guys? What do you think here? Getting Blossom online is pretty strong with this hand. However, shields down for a pod is pretty ugly. I think if he goes land pod, then he doesn't have creatures, and I have a way to counter the next creature most likely, which stops pod from being active for a little bit. Then if I draw another land drop, I get Misspine Click to stop another turn. The thing is, guys, I have to have a clock. If you don't have a clock, eventually Kiki Pod is going to assemble the two pieces it needs to go combo. I'll leave Flash Freeze up here, but I think that might have been wrong. I think Bitter Blossom is better here. Okay, I think he's probably got the stupid thing in his hand now. The whatchamacallit. The thing with Flash that pings everything with the same name. Yeah, at this it's too late now. I agree. I should have just done Blossom. I definitely think Blossom would have been better there if he would have resolved the stupid guy that pings everything, then he resolves it. Deceiver Exarch. I can't even do anything about that, right? Oh, you get a Deceiver. And can he just kill me from here? I mean, I guess we check and see, but I think he can probably just kill me from here, right? See, Blossom would have been better because then next turn we'd have, for the Blossom, we'd have Mistbind Click up. What is it getting as a 4-drop? A red cap? That's why Black Sun Zenith is really good, by the way. Would have been nice to have had the counterspell for that. But I had to kill the red cap, otherwise he gets me with pod shenanigans, I think. Well, we lose to a lot of things here. That's not one of them, though. Uh, can I play Relic here? Or do I want to misbind him on his upkeep? He doesn't have white, so if he's on Resto Angel, like if he's got Restos in his hand, he can't cast them. Or I could drop Relic, hold up. I think I want to hold up Spell Stutter and Flash Freeze here. Spell Stutter hits up to 3 drops, and Flash Freeze hits everything else. And if he does nothing, I can end of turn. Oh, I Flash Freeze this? Or I think I Flash Freeze this. Not Spell Stutter, because this a little narrower. I mean, it hits most of the deck, but come on. I think I don't attack here, so I can leave up double blockers, and then next turn I can start swinging in. Um, he's only got 2 cards in hand. I don't want to give him something he can pod. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the counter spell here. I really just don't want him to have something he can pod with, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he can't pod Kiki Jiki. There's no 6 drops in his deck, I'm sure. I'm gonna upkeep Mistbind Click him this turn. Which means good chance I think he's actually just dead. Is Scion of Una? I'm pretty sure we win here. Yeah. As I say, we have Scion of Una too, so we kill him, we untap, and he dies. So we win round at 1 of the 8-man. Okay, so I'll log in on that one, of course. I mean, I agree, but also Mistbind rocked there because we were able to get Bitter Blossom online early enough. I mean, that's very important. Is that having 3 Mistbinds in the deck is amazing. I fully agree, but there are times when you need to draw things that you're for sure able to cast on time. Mistbind is not always that card, whereas Sower against that matchup's usually a lot stronger. Um, like, imagine if I'd have drawn Sower there. I could have Sower of Temptation, steal his Kiki Jiki, tap Kiki Jiki, copy my Sower of Temptation, steal another one of his creatures. Like, I could have done some shenanigans there with Sower. Sower's really good against the pod matchups, I think. But I don't know. Keep Mistbind wins games. I won't deny that. I've closed many games out with Mistbinds. I don't get to play against Kiki Pod that often, so it's still something I'm a little sketchy on exactly what to do in every situation. I'm like, I play against regular Pod all the time, obviously, because it's everywhere online, but you don't run into Kiki Pod that often online, I think. So alright, winning die rolls, guys. We have a turn 2 Pod. Mutavault, or we have turn 2 Blossom Pod. We have a turn 2 Blossom, Mutavault, Scion of Una, Cryptic Command, and a potential Lily down the line. That's a keepable. I don't like to start with the Dark Slick Shores, even though that's sometimes correct, because if I draw Dark Slick Shores, I can get punished. But I don't like to start with it if I don't have a turn 1 play that needs black. I was gonna say, this could be the Ascendancy deck, but not with a basic forest. It was probably just like that green machine thing. Okay, guys. I either go Blossom and give him a turn with a little bit of ramp, or I just kill the Arbor Elf. I think I'm gonna go Blossom. Forest Arbor Elf doesn't lead to that many broken turn 2 plays. I'm okay with him getting a turn of ramp. And if I hit another black land, I can just Lily. Or I can have Scion of Una up. I'll have Scion of Una up either way. See, he's just got nothing. Yeah, so that was good. What's up, Greg? I thought you were PCQing today. We scrubbed out of the daily. We beat the Ascendancy deck in round 1, and then we lost to Vengevine, and then we lost to Burn. So we're in an 8-man right now, round 2. We won round 1, beat Keepa. Hopefully we draw another blue land. Hey! I'm debating killing the Arbor Elf right now. If I kill the Arbor Elf right now, that means I cannot flash in Scion of Una as a trick or anything, but do I want him to have access to potentially 1, 2, 3, 4 mana next turn? Like that could be a Grook. I guess I'm gonna let him go. I think I want to drop Scion down. Generally, when I play against this matchup, um, it turns into a race because they start doing things like pumping out big Genesis Hydras or Primal Commands and shit like that. And hitting a better clock on the table is generally better. Yeah, I think there's a good chance I want to be on the Scion of Una plan here. And Dismember's better being used against one of the big fatties. Harmonize? This client is lagging super hard. Draw 3 cards. Hopefully I draw a land so I have Cryptic up. Like that's the game plan. I draw a land so I have Cryptic up and then I'm fine. Yeah, I don't have Lily or Cryptic Mana. We need to hit a colored source of either. Like, depending on what we draw, it decides what we're doing. Probably won't draw land, because that's how Moto likes to do me. He discarded a land. Jesus Christ. Let's just draw a 4-drop instead, guys. So, since we didn't draw a land, we have no interaction beyond being able to dismember for 2 life. We're just gonna hit him. And I think I'm gonna save up the dismember for any blockers he happens to get. If he plays anything that can block the Mutavault. Yeah, you got a Birds of Paradise. Cool mana dorks, bro. You got all the Birds of Paradise. Birds of Paradise don't do a whole lot. I mean, they chump block. Yeah, I beat the Ascendancy deck. It's like I said, it's still a rough, it's still a strong deck. He's gonna re-get his Harmonize. That seems a little slow for what you're trying to do here, buddy. Um, but we have enough disruption between our counterspells and our discard that, and he also played bad. I will admit that. Um, the deck might need a little bit of tuning if I run into that matchup more and more often. But can a brother get a land? So we know he has a Harmonize in his hand. Is Harmonize an instant? We're draw step Vendilion clicking him. I'm just gonna take a look, see what he thinks he's doing. He's got a lot of mana, but I mean, I guess I could have targeted myself to try and hit a land drop, because if I hit a land drop that's blue, I get to untap, Cryptic Man tap his dudes, and swing for lethal. Like, do I care about what he could be doing? We know one of his cards is a Harmonize. Is there anything super broken that he could be doing otherwise that wins him the game, or am I better off digging to myself to try and draw a land? I think I'm better off digging at myself to draw a land here, guys. I'm targeting myself. I'm going to pitch this Lily and get a land. Lily's doing nothing here with this kind of a board state. And if I hit another... Fucking A. I don't think there's anything he's going to be able to do that matters. Like, does Genesis Wave probably... I don't think he can Genesis Wave enough to hit a Crater Hoof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. He can't Genesis Wave enough to hit a Crater Hoof, so I'm not dead to a Crater Hoof. This is the one that gives me more options to just kill him. Like, all I have to do is hit a blue land that comes into play untapped. There are a lot of those in the deck. I either draw all the lands or I don't draw anything past 2 or 3, which is what looks like is happening right now. Yeah, so he's going to Garruk, untap 2 lands, or he's going to make a beast, which doesn't matter. Like, he's dead without another flyer. No matter what, I guess. He needs another Birds of Paradise to not be dead. Because he blocks Vendilion Click, he blocks one of the tokens, and he still takes 2, 4, 5. That's assuming I don't just hit a land. And even if he has another flyer, I have a dismember that can kill. Yeah, see, now he's tapping dudes, so that means he basically has to house. Yeah, but also hitting a fourth land is better just in case he draws into anything crazy. And he's going to overload Amizium Mortars. Well then, so I drew him into Amizium Mortars. That's awkward. That was interesting. Like, really? Like, obviously I wasn't going to play around Amizium Mortars. If I wasn't missing land drops, Spellstutter could counter Amizium Mortars. It's only got 2 CMC. Yeah, he's not going to attack because Mutavault makes it. Grook is not quite lethal next turn. It's only 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage. No, it's Mutavault is lethal. Or Grook is lethal. He doesn't kill me this turn. I'm going to let all of this happen. Because I don't care. Like, all of this is unimportant. Because if he doesn't do anything crazy that results in me dying, I instep, misbind, click him, pick up my Bitter Blossom, untap, Cryptic Command, tap his dudes, and hit him for exactly lethal. In this situation, Zombub, I still kind of disagree. Okay, he's Primal Commanding me. So I'm going to counter this, obviously. Or do I just throw out the Misbind click? He's already activated Eric. All he has access to is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana with these. If I flash out the Misbind click, pick up my Bitter Blossom, he can't kill me this turn. I can untap, play this, tap all his shit, yeah. Because he can't even tap these Bird's Paradise for mana now. Without putting himself into lethal. I mean, he could just have another stupid Mizium Mortars, but If he's got witness in the mortar, then he's got it. There's nothing I can do about that. I mean, simple as that. There's just actual nothing I can do about that. Like the only thing, I guess he's gonna get the creature, huh? That's true. No, he got an Emrakul, so he's just dead. Opponent casually puts himself at lethal for value. I mean, he doesn't know it, but I have cryptic commands in hand, so. I'm doing it this way and balancing the Garruk in case these guys equal some kind of a trick. It makes it so Emrakul's not a thing next turn. Lily. Okay, green machine. We want engineered explosives. We want Black Sun Zeniths. We want flash freezes. We do not want treasure cruise. We might want sowers. There are times when you can sower of temptation in Emrakul. I've done it more than once. They're in mana dorks, so the misspines are a little less useful, but lose a go for the throw. We can lose the lilies, they're probably not good enough. I'll bring in a one of sower. I'll do it as a one of. We'll just do a one for one with the misspine click and try that. I need to cut one more card. I have no idea what he'll side in. I don't play against this matchup often enough that I think that it comes up. Oh, that's true. He does have mortars. You always want me to side out the spell stutters. I'm just gonna play a little more on the controlling game here. That's a keeper. I should have brought in the death mark. I totally forgot about the death marks there. I don't like to cut the batter skull in this matchup because sometimes their backup game plan is just get long and grindy. I didn't bring in the death mark because I forgot. Simple as that. I didn't bring in the death mark because I forgot. Combust Garruk. So he's gonna have 1, 2, 3. So he doesn't have Garruk till the turn after. Oh, he obviously hit Garruk. So he's gonna get Garruk. Yeah, I actually just messed up there. Like I almost was gonna play the engineered explosives on one there. Engineered explosives on one would blow up his board now, but so we know he drew the Arbor Elf, so we know the Inquisition is a blank. It's gonna just not do anything here. We know his hand is just lands and Garruk though, so Garruk probably just makes a beast. I'm gonna play the untapped land without shocking myself. Um, that way if he draws like another Arbor Elf or Birds of Paradise or something along those lines, I can spell stutter it for a little bit of value. I'm assuming we're gonna see Garruk make a beast. Yeah, EE on 1 is happening next turn. He did not do it. Interesting. I'm gonna get the spell sitter out here. We know his hand is what's it called? He must be playing around Leak or something like that. That's pretty good. We're actually just blowing this right away too. There's no reason not to. Um, I mean, he'll still hard cast Garruk next turn. I can't stop that. He's gonna just have his 4th land and go. But next turn I get miss. Actually, next turn I gotta just misbind him on his upkeep. Yeah. If he doesn't know, like a lot of the fairies lists do run leaks or remands, so trying to go for something like that into untap two blue sources, I can see waiting, but I'm also talking because I know my deck list, so I know there's just nothing I'm going to be doing about that. No, he's going to untap, so he drew something? Okay. I'm going to hit Garruk here. One more damage to him isn't going to matter. I am not going to draw or upkeep misbind him. I'm going to sit behind this Cryptic, I think. Yeah, he's tapping a bunch of mana. Cryptic's going to be pretty good here. Ooh, Cryptic's going to be really good here. Probably going to counter whatever he plays and then bounce his Garruk. One, two. He only has 3 mana available, so he can't even recast Garruk. Playing spell stutters is just 1/1 flyers. Make misbind clicks live. It makes them better. It puts some kind of a clock on the table, and that's important. Oh, he did have 4. Shit. Well, that's awkward. That's awkward. I miscounted his lands there. Yeah, we won round 1, Blue. We beat Kiki Pod. This is game 2 of round 2. I just want to see what he has. This doesn't really cost me anything. He's just got to land. I'm going to put Garruk down to 1. Now I could do this now, but he still has access to one, two. He has one in hand, so he has one, two, three, four mana still from Garrick and Arbor Elf. So I don't know if it's worth doing it on his upkeep. Might as well wait and see if he, because he has a land in hand, so he has to draw action here. Like I might be able to ambush the beast here in combat with my Mistbind Click. Yeah, I'm gonna get to ambush the beast here, and yeah, and then he only has access to the 1, 2, 3 mana post combat. I mean, I guess he could have like a bolt or something, and then I get super punished, but these decks don't tend to run that. They tend to just be all creatures and Genesis Wave. And he's got something in his hand. He went to tap his mana last turn. Or before attacks, he went to tap his mana. Luckily, he is in full top deck mode. Okay, so he's going to do that and get back to Combust, probably. That would be my assumption. Because Combust handles this. I get to kill Garuk. Then he's going to get to Combust. Yeah, so he's got Combust back. So next turn I lose my Mistbind Click. So I'm trading Mistbind Click for Garrick and Eternal Witness activation. Seems okay. It's not the best, but and if I happen to draw Silence in it one time? No, just a Mutavault. Oh well. Rook's off the table. He has a Combust in hand. We end this fight with a Spell Stutter and a Mutavault. I'm okay with that. I mean, he's got some pretty powerful top decks if he hits like a Genesis Wave or something along those lines, but I mean, he's not got any real pressure. But he drew a Forest, so. Not even gonna attack with the Arbor Elf? Oh, I guess. I don't want to trade here. I want to keep my clock. Quiet! Yeah. You're going from us. We want to get him done. So now we're in my normal shit of, hey, let's draw all the lands. I cut the Treasure Cruise and the Dig Through Time, didn't I? For after we sideboarded. If he attacks with, okay, I was gonna say if he attacks, I will trade. I have Mutavaults. That's pretty good. He drew a bunch of cards, but um, I have another Mistbind Click now, so I'll let that trade happen. This leaves him with just one land plus another if he has one in hand or draws one, which isn't that much because he has Arbor Elf. Then I get to crack him for 7 next turn. Yeah, there's 2 misbinds. I did not put the third one back. I don't think I did. I might have. I don't remember now. Spellstutter's not the worst. I'm just gonna sit on this. There's no point in throwing it out there. Make him think I have something else. I can Spellstutter up to a 3-drop next turn. He's got another Combust. Jeez, must be nice. I mean, I can still Spellstutter's 3-drop, so that's fine. It's just that's. I guess when you harmonize, what can you expect, right? He's got 2 cards in hand. We don't know what any of them are. And he's powered through both of our fucking Mistfinds. Now it's the point where we want to draw the Batter Skull. That's a lot of mana. I'm assuming I'm getting Primal Commanded. Blood Moon. This is even just a really weak Blood Moon. Combust can't be countered. I don't really need to Spell Stutter this, but it does turn off my Mutavault, and I'd rather have my Mutavaults. Rurik Thar. Jesus Christ. Well, that's something, guys. I couldn't have done anything about that anyways, so what can you do? We can do that, though. I mean, it's gonna dome me for 6, but what can you do? I mean, I have to kill it, obviously. And I gotta crack him for 4. He's in top deck mode, and all he has is an Arbor Elf and a shit ton of lands. So... I also have to play a little faster. If he wins this, we go to a game 3, and my clock is 2 minutes lower than his clock, so time for some F6 action, since I actually just don't have anything to do. We top deck a Scion. He's on a 2-turn clock. If we hit... Okay, the chump blocker. Buys him a turn. Well, I guess it doesn't even buy him a turn yet. That's pretty useful. We just need him to not draw anything super crazy in the next 2 turns, I believe. I'm assuming a chump is going to happen here. Probably on the Mutavault. No? Okay, now chumps will happen. He has no choice but to chump here. I guess he can trade with the Mutavault if he wants to pitch both Arbor Elves for the Mutavault. I think I'm probably okay with that. Um, uh, uh. Well, this is coming. That is happening no matter what. Because it's free damage. I don't know, it's super laggy right now. I can swing for 3, 4, 5. How much mana can he make? 1, 2, 3, 4. So he has 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he can't. He top decks Emrakul, he can't Emrakul me. That's what I'm worried about here, guys. um, do I ship with Mutavault here and force him to chump? Or trade 2 Arbor Elves for a Mutavault? I think I do. And then I can play this untapped and then Bitter Blossom guaranteed. I guess I don't even need to play the Bitter Blossom here. I'm okay with losing my Mutavault here. I mean, he's just losing mana dorks, but it does cut down on some of the broken things he might be able to do. Creeping Tar Pit kills him next turn unless he finds a way to gain some life or kill it. Now, do we just go for the Bitter Blossom here, just so that way we have another option? No. We just hope he bricks. Pretty sure he just bricks here. Not a whole lot he can draw that gets around all of that. Blood Moon? Jeez. That still doesn't do it because he dies to Spell Stutters, but... Oh, now we are 2-0? Alright, we are now 2-0 in the 8-man. Going into the final round, looks like we are playing against what? Port? Never heard of him, so I don't know what he's on. There's another daily in 10 minutes, but I'm not gonna double queue. If this match ends before the daily, fuck it YOLO, I'll sign up for the daily and leave the stream running. If the match doesn't end by the 1:30 daily, then this will be my last match for this stream. That's how we're going to do this. So if this match is over in less than 8 minutes, I'll jump over and sign up for the daily real quick, and we'll do another daily. Since I'm going at least 2-1 here, I'll be making some packs. I mean, 3 packs of M15 isn't the best, but it makes it so I played for free at least. I think M15 packs are only, what, 2 or 2.6 or something like that, so it hasn't switched yet, right? Yeah, it hasn't switched yet. Good chance I'm actually just going to not play the daily. I'm actually really hungry, and the wife's not home, and I have nothing to eat, so I'm going to have to run out and get food. I don't know if I want to sit here for another couple hours without eating. Dude, I can't double queue. My computer doesn't like to double queue while streaming, and I have a lot of trouble staying focused on 2 games. Faeries is way too much of a deck that you have to think real hard. Trying to do it in 2 games is not fun at all. At all. Trust me. We have lost a die roll, and we have to mulligan. that's keepable. Forest. I would love to just play my tar pit here, but I want to see what we're working with. This will be a fetch shock. I only have the one shock in the list right now, but I want to keep all my options open. If it was a Thoughtseize, it would have not been, but God, the client is lagging really hard right now, guys. I apologize for that. Ooh, ew, really? Okay, well, we are taking your Colonian. This is the green machine. It's actually basically the same type of deck that we just played, but it's less about ramping into primal commands and stuff, and it's more about just being a very efficient mono green stompy deck. Um, some of the heavy meta guys play this deck. I'm doing that so that way I have Vendilion Click up next turn. Like, okay, see, I got a little punished. He got an experiment one. Like if I'd have played the Sunken Ruins, I could have spell stuttered that, but I wanted to have 3 mana this turn. Yeah, like my CPU usage is probably really high right now. Um, I've been streaming since about 9 o'clock. Yeah, see, I'm at over 2 gigs right now. That's ridiculous. You know he has 2 Vines of the Vastwood. I just want to see if he drew anything else scary. Yeah, the client needs to be restarted. I'm gonna let him keep those. I'm not worried about him. I'm just having an experiment one here. Land? Land? One time? One time? One time? Come on, buddy. Of course, instead of land, we'll just draw another 4-drop, guys. How's that sound? Sorry, wife texted me. Okay, we hit a land. Now we have Cryptic up. We have Cryptic up. We have Mistbind up. We know his hand is double Vines of the Vastwood, Forest, something. I'm probably Mistbind clicking him actually on his draw step. Hey, what's up, bro? Hello? Did you butt down me, bro? Yeah. So my buddy just called me and wasn't there, and so I look at my phone and I have a text message from him, and it's just a pile of numbers. There's one of his vines in the basswood. I'm gonna just take 5 here. I'm okay with that. I have a bigger clock than him, and I don't think he realizes it. Um, People tend to ignore these manlands, so we can play some shenanigans this turn too. I can activate Mutavault, put it in front as a blocker. If he goes to Vines of the Vastwood, pump it. I can Slaughter Pact it in response. Um, and if he doesn't do that, I can flash in Scion of Una. He's got a Scavenging Ooze. I think I'm just going to counter this and draw a card. We're going to counter it with the Spell Stutter. It increases my clock a little bit, makes this Scion of Una even better. Like I said, if he attacks actually with this experiment one, I'm going to block. Okay. So, we'll go to game 2. Hey, Bullet! Bullet! Calm down. The neighbors are allowed to have dogs. Okay, this time we will bring in our death marks. We will bring in flash freezes. I don't think I need the negates. Um, Black Sun's probably decent. Is Black Sun's decent? Decent, Zulatin? You said you have the deck. I'm not super familiar with the list for the Green Machine deck, so I think I can cut discard here and just max out on removal and interaction and not worry about. I think their deck is just super redundant, so having discard isn't that huge. I don't think I need these.